Hey guys, what's going on? And welcome to a brand new stream, brand new video stream. It's a stream. So we are here going to be talking about the game, of course, yesterday. This is your next day thoughts. So we're going to be talking about the game yesterday, of course, between Leeds United and Crystal Palace. The Leeds United went off and got revenge from last time against Crystal Palace, where we got battered 5-1, and everyone knows what happened. Finally got our revenge, 1-4-1. Great performance. And yeah, going into Christmas, 6 points clear of the relegation zone. Could it be any better? I mean, could yesterday have really gotten any better? You know, a 4-1 win for Leeds. Liam Cooper scored. Patrick Bamford scored. Like, yes, that couldn't be any better for a Leeds fan. That was a great day for Leeds fans. But yeah, let's talk about it. So let's go through and see what Daniel Farke had to say after the performance. So Daniel Farke, after the performance, had to say many compliments to the boys. This was the best away team in the league. Such a scoreline, well deserved. Important 3 points. Good for goal difference as well. Great night. You can look at that as well. It's great for goal difference. Crystal Palace, before this game was played, they were the best away team in the Premier League. So they're the best team away from home in the Premier League. They were top of the away table. Now they are second, just 1 point behind Arsenal. But if they beat us, they basically would have been still first. So at the time, they were the best team away from home in the Premier League. And we managed to stick 4 past them. That's got to give a lot of confidence going into any game. I mean, the win against Chelsea, the performance against Liverpool, and the draw against Liverpool, even the draw against Brentford away from home, all of that should have gave confidence for these performances. But beating the best away team in the Premier League at Ellen Road, like not even just beating them, but absolutely obliterating them 4-1, that's going to give even more confidence when we come back, you know, and then next week. Actually, it's not even a break, is it? It's next week we play Sunderland, I think, is next. Daniel Farke then went on to say, I want him to keep going. We are not happy with a good few weeks. We want a proper season from him. He's talking about DCL. With all the praise he deserves, he needs to keep going, and we cannot allow ourselves to work less, which is true. You know, you can't be like, oh, we've won a couple of games. Oh, we'll be safe now, because as much as how good our last couple of games have been, and we've risen and we've played like we have, and now we're 6 point clear, and everyone's like, oh, we can look up the table, it can always come straight back down, and, you know, reality can basically hit and we can be back down there, which honestly, I think this is not, like, I genuinely think that's what's going to happen this season. I think we're going to finish around, I mean, I predicted at the start of the season 16th. I think we'll finish 16th, but I don't think we'll be any higher than that. I think 16th, 17th will be where we finish. Maybe we get a bit higher, maybe we get 15th, maybe. But I genuinely think we'll finish around 16th, and we got to keep going, because, you know, all it takes is West Ham to get a win or two, and then you start worrying, or, you know, it's good to drag other teams into it, like not Palace, like Forest. Like, we've kind of dragged them into it now. We're above them at the moment. Of course, they haven't played this week. But yeah, it's one of those things about we're going to have to keep going. We can't, like, put our foot off the gas and, like, stop, because they, as much as we've risen, how good we've been the last couple of games, it can always come straight back down with just a couple of weeks as well. So we just got to keep going and keep playing the way we are playing. And yeah, we can't just allow ourselves to be like, oh, we're safe when we're not. But yeah, Daniel Farke then went on to say, no replacement for this winning feeling. Winning always helps with spirit. I have to praise those guys. This belief, the manner of how they worked together was second to none during the tough period. No finger pointing, and nobody left behind. Win together, lose together, which you could see on the pitch. You know, you could see that always on the pitch, especially like in these last couple of games you've seen on the pitch. They're all fighting for Daniel Farke. Like, you watch the performances, and like people were trying to say before these couple of performances that Daniel Farke lost the dressing room, which was the stupidest thing in my opinion to say, because he generally hasn't, because you could see that the players are fighting for the manager and they're fighting for each other, which is what you want to see. You know, you don't have to have the best players in the world. You know, you don't have to have amazing players. You just got to work harder than those players. You know, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard, as the saying goes. So, like, if, you know, as long as we're playing and trying our best, and, you know, the performances that we put in the last couple of games, in my opinion, prove that. We've outplayed the teams. We put more into the games than our opponents. Chelsea, Liverpool. You know, you look at these games. The Brentford game, I mean, I think we should have won that game. This game against Crystal Palace, yes, you look at the individuals, and on paper you'd say, well, Palace have a way better team, Chelsea have a way better team, Liverpool have a way better team. But these players are working that hard, and this team is working that hard, and we're working that well as a squad that, you know, it's just working. And I'm happy with the performances. I still think we need to do some stuff in January. I want another striker, but I don't know. We can't be, like, the 49ers can't go into the January and go, oh, well, we're doing good now, so we don't need to make signings. We still need another striker. We've already spoke about this. I would sell Piro, get another striker. And we still need to have cover as well. You know, I'm still a bit worried about certain positions. Centre back, I'm still a bit worried about, because You know, and all it takes is one injury, and then we're down to, we're down to Ball now. And then if another one gets injured, we're down to who? So yeah, it's one of those things about then you're gonna have to put Ampadu back at centre back. Midfield, I think we're fine with because Longstaff is on his way back soon as well. Of course, starting the train, so he's on his way back soon. So you look at the midfield, and we're fine in midfield. We don't need another midfielder really. If you look at it, you got Stack, Longstaff coming back, Tanaka, Aronson. We got these Ampadu, Gruev. Our midfield is very good, and I think we got enough depth in the midfield areas. You look, and the reason why I say we need a striker is because I still, DCL's on an amazing run, but that could all just fall off like that. Like Lucas Mecha, I think, has been great when he has played, and he has the quality to be in my opinion, the quality that I see from Lucas Mecha with the ball at his feet and when the ball gets to him, and the quality that he has on the ball, he could be a Premier League striker. Like, he's a good footballer. But if he continues with these injuries, we still need that other striker. In my opinion, Piro can't do it. Another striker, another defender. Yeah, it's one of those where, yeah, I agree. It doesn't even have to be like a big signing. Like, I'm fine with like another, like another Borneo type player, someone who's going to be on the bench and be fine to being a backup. We don't need like a starter that, like a good centre back who can challenge for a start. Because I think Borneo, like, when he has come on, he's looked all right. I mean, we haven't really seen much of him at all. He's played like 5 minutes here and there. But with what I've seen from him in this back three, and like, I think like he'll get a chance in the cup, of course. So I'm hoping that he plays well in the cup because the last time didn't go well against Sheffield Wednesday, and I hope he has a good performance because I actually like him as a player. Thanks, Luke. Yeah, I really like I really like Borneo as a player, and I think he's a good backup to have. I think we need another one of those. You look at you look at the midfield, as I said, fine in midfield. So it's really just a striker and a centre back we really need. Maybe you get another midfielder as cover, but I don't think there's any point in that. Don't really think we need one with how we're playing in this 3-5-2. I mean, this game against Palace, it almost was like a 3-4-3 at times. I think Aronson's been given, like, when he has played, he's been given, like, this free roam role, which I've liked. I think it's worked for him because I think he's the type of player that, when we don't have the ball, he's going to press the life out of the defenders, press the life out of the goalkeeper. The only other player we have in the team that can do that pressing is Tanaka. So when Tanaka doesn't play and you need that pressing, of course Aronson's going to play, and that's why he did start. You give Aronson this free roam role, I think it works well for him. I think he was good. I think the performance from everyone was good. But yeah, we're going to get into a few stats after the performance and after that massive win. So yeah, prior to tonight, no team had won more away Premier League points in 2025 than Crystal Palace, who have won 34. And yeah, we managed to beat them. That just shows something as well. They are the best team away from home in the whole year of 2025, not just this season, but the whole year of 2025, getting 34 points and being the team that beat them is like, you look at that and that's, as I said, builds the confidence, builds a lot of confidence. All 4 of Leeds' goals this evening against Crystal Palace came from set pieces, 2 throw-ins, 1 corner and 1 direct free kick. The most set-piece goals scored by a team in a single Premier League game since Everton vs Wolves in December last year. And, it's working, and I couldn't care less. I've seen some people say, well, we need to be better from open play. If we score every goal from a scrappy corner or a scrappy throw-in where it's just flicked on and we win the second ball, I'm fine with that. And I think it's working because I think what we bought in, for the season, what we bought our players in for, we bought a bunch of tall players who can win headers and are good in the air. And, that's worked out. We were looking at the start, we were looking when we were playing the 4-3-3, like, don't think we made the right signings, not looking great. And then, we've changed to this formation and just like the way it's not even the fact of like you win every header, but you might lose the first header, but you're going to win the second ball, because you have so many players who can win headers. Even Aronson, I mean, there's been a couple of times in the last couple of games where Aronson's won headers against people, and I'm like, I just get shocked, even though for some reason I shouldn't be shocked. Like, he actually has a decent leap on him in the air. Like, he has a decent jump in the air, which, you don't expect from Aronson, really, based off, like, what you've seen from him. Like, you don't really expect it, and, like, this season, I swear, he's been winning headers in the air against players, and I'm like, oh, Aronson's won the header. So, yeah, even Aronson's winning headers, and it's good to have a bunch of players who can win flick-ons, win the second ball, and that's what we need to do. Back now, talking about DCL, who was absolutely phenomenal, and hopefully he can continue that. DCL has now scored 7 goals in 14 Premier League appearances against Crystal Palace, a new personal best tally against any single opponent, so DCL loves playing Crystal Palace. So, yeah. But yeah, great performance. Leeds United's 4-1 win. Here it is. The XG was Leeds United 3.05 to Crystal Palace's 1.58. The possession was 53% to 47. Felt like we had a bit more possession than that. Like watching the game, it felt like we had way more of the ball. Opposition box touches, 35 to us, 19 for them. Shots, we had 20 shots, they only had 9. On target shots, we had 8, they had 3. So eight of our shots were on target, they only had 3. Big chances, we had 4 big chances, they had 2. We had our 4, which we scored all of them. We probably missed a big chance, right? Because I don't think the free kick counts as a big chance. I mean, their 2 big chances both came in the 90. Actually, yeah, well, the penalty does count, I think. But they got the penalty, and then, oh my God, how they missed that header, by the way. Like, I've watched the replay back. They should have scored and made it 3-2. I do not know how it's hit the post. That should have been a tap-in. Oh my God, that really should have been a tap-in and really should have been, 3-2. Like, we're actually lucky. The chances created, we created 8, they created 6. Successful passes, 324 to 281. Jules won, we won 57, they won 53. Tackles won, 15 we won, and 22 they won. We had more of the ball, so you expect them to have more tackles. We had more interceptions, 9 to 6. Successful take-ons, we had more 6 to 4. And then corners, we had more 9 to 5. So that was the stats for the Leeds United game against Palace. DCL's performance, I mean, 87 minutes, 26 touches, 10 opposition box touches, 4 Jules won, 3 total shots, 3 out of 3 shots on target, 2 times he was fouled, 2 goals, 1 out of 2 successful take-ons, 1 chance created, 1 foul. Great performance from Dominic. He was absolutely brilliant up front. And the scary thing is when we get Mecha back, like, people think Leeds United are scary right now, but when we get Mecha and Longstaff back in this team, people aren't ready. Because I think, because as much as I like Okafor, and I think he's a good player, in the front 2, he goes missing at times. In this game, he kind of drifted more to the left, which is why I think we play more of a 3-4-3 this game. Because he kind of drifted more onto the left and was back onto his more favourable position, the left wing, at times. And I think he's been good for us. But it's just that thing about Lucas Mecha offers way more in that front 2. And having him and DCL as 2 options in the air as well makes defenders have to think, who they're going to hit it long to. Where when it's Okafor and DCL, it's always going to be they're going to go up to DCL. So, yeah, I can't wait for Mecha to come back. Okafor off the bench in that front 2, I think works way better because of his pace. Against tired legs, gets him behind. And I think that's how he should be used. Unless we're going to play with wingers in certain games. Because Fark's been changing the formation. So we have the 4-3-3 we can use. We have the 3-5-2. Now it looks like we have a 3-4-3. We have the 4-2-3-1. So we have a lot of formations, and we can switch it up in games. We can start with different formations. We can switch it up in games depending on how games are going. And Fark has looked like tactically, he's looked so much better as a manager. Like, I don't know what it is. Maybe, and as I've said before, it's not like FIFA where you can just change formation. The players have to actually learn how to play each formation. So maybe that's what has been happening in training as well. I'm not quite sure. But it's nice to see that. And it's the way we're playing as well for me. It's not just the formation. It's the way we're hitting it long more. There was times, like, you look at the Palace game, I think early on we tried to play, like, short passes at times, and they nearly got the ball out of us a couple of times. And there was some moments where I thought, oh, God, they could be in behind because we would lose the ball. Our defenders would, like, try and find the midfield, and then it'll kind of would get pressed. I think we should go long more, which is what we've been doing. But yeah, good. I like that's how we play more, is just hit it long, look for DCL, and when Mecha plays, look for Mecha and try and win flick-ons for Aronson or Stack or whoever's on the pitch at the time. And, it's been working for us. I mean, the performances. I mean, I did not expect this. I did not expect this turnaround in performances. Crystal Palace head coach Glasner, they played man to man. We lost every single duel. I don't think the percentage of duels we won today, but especially in the attack, when you lose every single ball, we didn't show the basics. But had no chance in the duels. Yeah, which is true. Like Glasner speaking facts, like we won most of the duels. We won most battles in the air, the second balls, and that's just how you win games. You win every second ball, you'll most likely win. DCL is the first Leeds United player to score in five successive Premier League appearances since Mark Viduka in August 2003. So that's a great stat, That's a great person to be, next to DCL and Mark Viduka. That's a great person to be next to in, records. Let's see, anything else? Anton Stuck becomes the first Leeds player to score 2+ direct free kicks in a single Premier League season since Ian Hart in the 02-03 season. So, I mean, Stack's free kicks have been brilliant this season. Like, of course, this one, the Wolves one. And this one against Palace felt similar to the Villa one against us, when Villa scored their free kick. Pretty similar. Just hit it in the far corner. Of course, I think they expected it to go, he was gonna like go far post, like try and whip it far post. So yeah. And another great performer who, if you gave him man of the match, would not argue, Ethan Ampadu. Thought he was absolutely brilliant. And when we've changed to this formation, I think it's improved players, and Ampadu's one of those that I think has improved a lot. Since we've changed the formation, at City and that, I think the way we play, I think he's been brilliant defensively. He got himself a goal, which was great. I'm happy that he got a goal. His game against Palace, he had 87 minutes played, 66 touches, 31 out of 38 successful passes, 14 defensive contributions, eight ball recoveries, 8 duels won, 5 passes into the opponent's half, 3 out of 4 accurate long passes, 3 tackles won, 2 times he was fouled, 1 out of 1 shot on target, 1 out of 1 successful take-ons, 1 opponent box touch, and then, of course, the 1 goal. Good finish as well. If you actually watch the replay, it's a very good finish because he can only go in that 1 corner. He has to get it perfect in the corner, which he does, and it's brilliant. Ethan Ampadu, who scored his first ever Premier League goal as well, so that's great to him. The Leeds captain becomes the 99th Leeds player to score a Premier League goal for the club. So, yeah, I wonder who's going to get the 100th. Trying to think, who could it be? Maybe like Gruev. Gruev, get Gruev on and get him a goal. Only Manchester City 12, Aston Villa 9, and Arsenal 9 have picked up more points this December than Leeds United have, which is 8 in the Premier League. And you could look at that as a massive turnaround as well. Like, that's a massive stat. Man City with 12, Villa with 9, Arsenal with 8, and then there's Leeds with 8. Sorry, Villa with 9, Arsenal with 9, then Leeds with 8. So in December, we're the 4th best team in the league, which is great. We can continue this into the next couple of games, continue this into January, hopefully, and try and get away from the relegation zone, just try and push ourselves away. And maybe we won't even be in a relegation battle come the end of the season. And maybe, I'm still looking at that final game of the season against West Ham of like, oh, don't tell me it's going to come down to the final game. We just need to get away, just get us away so we don't have to go into the final game being like, oh shit, we need a win or we need a point. Leeds United under the lights at Ellen Road under Daniel Farke has been 7 wins, 1 draw in the 23-24 season. 24-25 season, 8 wins. 25-26, 4 wins. Leeds have played 20 night games with Farke in charge and have won 19 of them, including all in the Premier League. Can we play, as I already said, can we play every single game under the lights at Ellen Road, please? Like, please, can we just play every single home game under the lights? Can that be a thing that we can do? But, great performance, great performance. And, like, the players that you look at, as I said, the performances that we did go through, the Ampadu performance we went through. We went through the stats of the Ampadu performance, the DCL performance, Brendan Aronson. For me, those were the 3 players that I would say fair if they got man of the match. Ampadu, DCL and Aronson, I thought were all man of the match worthy. And everyone else was good. Like, everyone else had good performances, but those 3, I think, were outstanding. Aronson does a lot of the pressing work. I wish you could see how much he did run, because I think he ran an absolute lot, and he worked his absolute socks off again yesterday. Aronson's performance, he had 19 out of 22 accurate passes, so 86%. 11 out of 13 passes in opposition half, 85%. Passes in his own half, 8 out of 9, 89%. Long balls accurate, 1 out of 1, 100%. 1 shot on target. He had 43 touches, 4 unsuccessful touches, 2 dribbles with 1 being successful. He was fouled once. He gave away the ball 14 times. Defensive contributions 3, tackles 1, 1 out of 1, interceptions 1, clearances 1, recoveries 4. Ground duels, he won 3 out of 8. Aerial duels, he won 2 out of 3, and he got dribbled past only once. But yeah, like, you look at that and you'll say, oh, he doesn't seem like he played well, but like, that's why you watch it with the eyes, not the stats. But Aronson, I thought, worked his socks off again. You look at the performances in the back line as well, like Yakabio in this back 3 looks like such a different player than in the back 2. Like, when he played in as one of the 2 centre backs, he just looked so slow. Like, he looked poor, slow, and all that. He actually looks quicker, which is the weirdest thing about in this back 3. He looks quicker. He looks faster. And now it's been Mateta, you look at the players that he's come up against this season. Since we've switched to the 3-5-2 of who we've played. If I can get that up for a second, let me just get this up. And you look at who we played and like how good Jacobiel's actually been in the last couple of games since we've changed formation. How good he's actually kind of turned it around a bit. I mean, you look at the players that he's come up against, and he's absolutely bullied defensively. You look at like he kept Haaland quiet. He kept João Pedro quiet. He kept Ekatike didn't keep. I wouldn't say Ekatike got the better of him because I mean the first goal was Rodon passing it straight to him, and the second one was a cross into the box. I mean Brentford, Thiago, what is he? He's the second top goal scorer in the Premier League. Kept him quiet, and then against Crystal Palace kept Mateta quiet. Like he's been very good. And he's been keeping these top Premier League strikers pretty quiet, which is what you want to see from him in the performances. And Jacobiel, we'll go through his performance because I thought he was great as well. A very good performance. Of course, he got one assist. I mean, that assist, what a header. What a header from Jacobiel. Just the way he got his head, the way he flicked the header on it, it floated into DCL. I think it was the second goal. Absolutely brilliant. Like, it was absolutely brilliant. Like, the header. Like, I don't think he could have got the header any better. I generally don't think he could have got the header any more accurate, just straight onto DCL for the finish. That he scored with the second one. But yeah, performance from Jacobiel, great. He got the assist. He had 7 defensive contributions, 1 out of 1 tackles, 2 interceptions, 4 clearances, 2 recoveries, 2 out of 2 ground drills, 1, 6 out of 9 aerial drills, 1, big chance created, 1, key passes, 1, accurate passes was 64 out of 75, 85%. Passes in opposition half, it was accurate, 12 out of 23, 52%. Passes in own half, 52 out of 52, 100%. Long balls, 3 out of 9, 33%. 88 touches, 1 unsuccessful touch. No dribbles at all. He was fouled once, lost the ball 14 times. And yeah, but good performance from him. I mean, Rodon. At times, Rodon was playing as a right winger in this game. That was the strangest thing. If we get into Rodon, I mean, he was playing as a right winger at times in this game. He was bolting down the right wing. He had that nice shot as well that got like saved. Not saved, it got blocked by the defender, and you're like, oh, imagine that went in. But Rodon, I thought was great again as well. 6 defensive contributions, 1 out of 2 tackles, 1 interception, 1 clearance, 2 block shots, 5 recoveries, 3 out of 4 ground drills, 1, 4 out of 8 aerial drills, 1. He had 36 out of 41 accurate passes with 88%. God. He had 14 out of 18 passes in opposition half with 78%. Passes in own half was 22 out of 23, 96%. Long balls accurate with 3 out of 3, 100%. 66 touches, 2 unsuccessful touches. He was fouled once, lost the ball 12 times. Had 4 shots and blocked 2 of them. So yeah, good performance from Rodon as well. And I think like the performance from everyone was kind of like just good performances. And as I said, you look at the performances that you do see, and then you look at the bench of like players we have on the bench and the impact. Like we've all asked for impact, and now we've got it. You got Gruev who can come on in games to shore him out if we needed, play defensively for the final 10 minutes of games. You got James Justin, who's a good player defensively. You got Nonto, who in the last couple of games has been an impact and has been involved in the Liverpool game and the Brentford game, involved in a goal. You got Tanaka on the bench, or you have an Aronson on the bench, or maybe one day game you might have a Stack on the bench, or when Mecha comes back, you're going to have Okafor on the bench. We're going to have good impact off the bench, which is what you want to see. You want to see rotation in the squad. And Fark having faith with his squad is what you want to see as well. Fark having the faith with the squad and faith with these players. Even the likes of an Aronson, having faith in them, having faith in a James Justin to start a couple of games a season. Rotation is something that we're going to need this season to stay in the Premier League and make sure everyone stays fit and get as less injuries as possible. Because I'm pretty sure we have the most injuries in the Premier League. I saw that stat, I think it came up on Twitter like two games ago, so I don't know if it still is. But at the time, we had the most injuries in the Premier League. So being able to rotate the squad and rotate the players so we don't get injuries is perfect, and having faith in those players as well. Daniel Fark's done an incredible job, and hopefully we have to continue it, It's not over yet, the season. We're only 6 points clear of the relegation zone. That can turn, as I said already, very quickly. So, yeah, we're just going to have to continue playing the way we're playing and hoping that the performances just stay the same. It probably won't. There will be some games where we're going to look poor. That's just the Premier League. You're going to have these great performances, and then we're going to go 2, 3, maybe 4 games without a win. That just happens in the Premier League. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below about the performance. Who was your man of the match? Who do you think had a standout performance? Let me know your thoughts on Daniel Farke and how good he's been at turning this around. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one, which will be Premier League prediction. So that will come out. And I won't see you guys for another Leeds game until after Christmas. So everyone have a good Christmas. And then, yeah, hopefully we can have a good New Year as we beat Sunderland, hopefully. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And everyone have a good Christmas. And I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.